In this video, we're going to talk about unit vectors. So if you think about it, if I had a vector, say, going out this way in space, a unit vector is a vector that's in the same direction, but unit, we think of 1, so we want the length of the vector to end up being 1. So the way that we find a unit vector, so to find a unit vector for a vector v, what we're going to do is we're going to take the vector v and we're going to divide the vector v by its length. So basically all we're doing is we're taking our vector and we're kind of chopping down the length of it. So we're just taking our vector and dividing it by the length. So for example, find a unit vector for A, the vector 6, 5. So the first thing we need to do is we need to find the length. So let's find the length of 6, 5. So the length of 6, 5, remember length is the square root of the x component squared, so 6 squared plus 5 squared. So it's going to be the square root of 36 plus 25, or square root of 61. And square root of 61 is not a nice number, so I'm just going to leave it as the square root of 61. So then the unit vector is going to be 6, 5, that vector divided by the square root of 61, which is going to end up being 6 divided by the square root of 61, 5 divided by the square root of 61. So we're just going to divide each of those pieces by the length of the vector. So we'll do one more. So what about the vector -5, 1? So the length of -5, 1 is going to be the square root of -5 squared plus 1 squared, which is going to be the square root of 25 plus 1, or square root of 26. And so then our unit vector is just going to be -5, 1 divided by the square root of 26, or -5 over the square root of 26, 1 over the square root of 26. So not too bad, just find the length of the vector and then divide each of the components by that length.